Boss. What is going on, Karatekas? It's Nishant Sensei here, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 amazing tips for improving your kata as a Shotokan karate or any karate style, whether it's Kyokushin, Shotokan, Shito Ryu, Goju Ryu, anyone who's interested in starting kata, and also, from any Shotokan karate styles, this video is for you. And shout out to JJS, the YouTube channel. Thank you so much to you, mate, for giving me the suggestion to make a video on kata and kumite tips. Kumite tips will be coming out a bit later, but in this video is kata tips. So shout out to you. He's a 5th Q in Kyokushin. And he really needed this video since he has a tournament in 2 weeks. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so for tip number 1, we have correct timing. Boy, I cannot explain how important timing is when it comes to performing kata. It's not about just speed and power, which we'll talk about a bit later in this video. Timing is key. Even if you may not be maybe if you're putting 50% of power, or maybe you're going at moderate speed, that doesn't matter as long as you have correct timing, right? Because it's not just if you're entering a tournament or even just during a belt grading at your karate school. If you show that you have good timing, the refs at the tournament, your senseis, they'll be very impressed with you. Because when you time, in all katas, every block, strike, or punch, or that stuff, they all have a certain type of stance associated with it, or that goes with it. I need to step into back stance, and I do sokumen awaze uke, 2-handed side block. So this is how it will look fast. See? Notice how as soon as I land in the back stance, that 2-handed side block finishes, right? So that is what I'm talking about. And to build up this timing, for maybe you don't want to do this with every move, but try with some moves. If you want to do gankaku, so if we're doing gankaku, start slow. As you're setting up for the 2-handed side block, go slowly, right? And then slowly build it up, right? For Jion, I'm talking about after you do the 2 face locks, reverse punch. See, notice how I'm finishing the 2 face locks before I land in the front stance. There's a part where especially you have to transition from kokutsugachi back stance to kibarachi horse stance. So to do that, I'll go slow. I'm gonna do a manji-uke. And I'm going to slowly step in the horse stance. Finishing the last Oizuki front punch. I'm going to spin. And then I can go even faster. Like that. Right? So that is basically all that I need to explain for improving the timing of your kata. And again, if you're going to be performing a very advanced kata, just remember your old, basic katas like hand shodan. So I'm here. I step in the low block. Front stance, and then support, like that, and it sounds very nice. So that's the timing aspect. That's right, folks. The next tip I have for improving your kata is correct transition between stances. For the transition between stances, what you want to make sure you're doing is have proper weight distribution and know which leg you're going to push off of for power. Horse stance. So now I want to move into a front stance. I'm going to have to do this, right? And notice I'm in a nice front stance here. So what did I do? So what I did is I knew that because I'm going to be stepping with my left leg forward, I'm going to need to push off my right. Yeah? So what I need to do is I need to really push off my right leg because that's the leg that's going to be behind in the front stance, right? So I do the low block and then I push off the right and use the power of my hips as well. So go like that. And similarly again, in let's say we were going to do empty. I'm going to need to actually push off my front leg this time, because that, like obviously this one I don't really have to move much. This one also doesn't, but this is the one which I have currently most of my weight on. I barely have any weight on this one. So I go here and I push off this like that. One really good way I'll tell you to use power is this. So say I just did a front stance low block, right? And okay, if I want to stay in this front stance, because we're not really focusing on stances for this, and I want to throw a reverse punch. So the tip I'm about to give you for using increasing your power is this, right? So using your hips. All right, so watch what happens when I do a reverse punch from here without using my hips. Right? Like that may have some power, but not enough. Now when I do use my hips, so see, that was a lot faster and had a lot more power. So one drill I'd really recommend practicing, just staying in your front stance. Maybe you just started from low block, inside chest block. It doesn't matter because all your blocks, you're bladed. So use the advantage of, because in most katas you have to usually transition from like a block where you're bladed to a punch where you're square, or some strike that you're square. So utilizing your hips is really what's key there. So I go here, I go that, and go. And again in Gankaku, I just did my trained side block. Again, this is an advanced block, but I'm still bladed. So after I do the pressing block motion, so now I really need to like use my hips into this side punch, and then I'm gonna use my hips to throw that reverse punch. So like that, right? So that's basically the simplest way to increase your power. Guys, you won't believe how many times I have seen even the highest karatekas, highest karate practitioners of like 5th degree, 6th degree, whatever they are, like above second. Like I cannot count how many times I've seen them not breathe on moves, right? Like breathing is something that's pretty much essential in katas, because especially for really long katas like how I just showed before, this kankudai, it's a very long kata. So if you're not breathing correctly on all the moves, you're gonna get extremely tired after doing that. This tip, I'm not gonna talk too much on techniques. I'm gonna show you how to breathe correctly. And it's very simple. Make sure you're exhaling from your solar plexus, right? That is where your breathing should come out, not from your throat, your nose, no. You shouldn't be going like as if you're trying to blow your nose, or you shouldn't go like as if you're trying to, get all your phlegm out or something like that. You need to breathe from, exhale from here. So you have to go and if you practice meditation, that stuff, that actually really helps, So if I'm doing kankudai again, so after the press lock sphere, I go see? And you guys notice that I'm also breathing on kicks. Breathing on kicks, that is also so important. Like so many karatekas or karate practitioners, they forget this. Breathe on kicks, guys, because remember, we're talking about your solar plexus here, or your core. And remember, when punching, you're using your core. When blocking, you're using your core. Striking, you're using your core. Even kicking, it's obvious that you're using your core, right? So if that's where you're breathing from and you're not doing it correctly, then it's going to be very difficult. And that's why it will make sense that you'll lose breath. So make sure you're breathing and exhaling from here. So let me use Meikyo again. So you go like, See, I'm breathing on the kicks, like the front kick, side kick, even the crescent kick. Like that, right? Yeah, so that's something which even I used to forget as a beginner, but now I've got it. So again, you really want to breathe on kicks. So you want to go like that. Now don't go crazy when you breathe. Like, don't go like don't over exaggerate. Just breathe normally from here. That's all. And the fifth and final tip I have to give you guys for improving your kata is choosing a correct speed choice all through the different parts of your kata. Now simply what I mean by that, if that didn't make sense, is for different parts of your kata, like if you break your kata into like multiple parts, like choose an appropriate speed for it. Like Gankaku, that kata I just showed you there. Also you're here and you're doing a double blocks and while moving in stances. So obviously, like when someone's attacking you or stuff, and if say I do a face block, but to block it, like I'm not like if someone's like trying to punch me, like beat me up like that, I'm not just gonna go and block like this, right? That's like I'm already like down if I do that. I have to go like this. Yeah, I have to be fast. I need to know in the kata where, and even you guys, you need to know where in your kata do you have to go fast and slow. That is something very important. Even if you watch WKF, actual karate tournaments, you'll see that karate practitioners, like the Karatekas who enter it, and they're even champions because of this, for like different moves in their kata, they have a different speed for it. So like in Gankaku I showed you, we're doing 3 manjukas and on blocks, they need to be fast because you're not going to block someone like this. Right? So, like that. So that was fast, right? And now I go into the X block on one knee. Right? Now I step into the horse stance and do this type of kaki-wake block, right? So when I get up from the X block, obviously for this, like it wouldn't really look good just for like kata, purposes. Like it wouldn't look good if you do like that, right? So, and this, you would go like. Now obviously, how fast you want to go, again, just like with the power tip I gave a couple tips ago, the speed mainly depends on you. You gotta decide, and it's not just about what you want. You gotta also make that decision. Where in your kata should you go slow, and where should you go fast in speed? Like, remember guys, don't feel in any way that your kata has to be the exact same pace, like speed all along. No, it does not. You feel free to change the speed on some of the moves, because it makes sense. Now, to be fair, there are some exceptions in some katas, like some blocks you do kind of slow, and some strikes, but like overall, in general, their strikes, blocks, they're supposed to be like with power, even with kicks. Like I'm not gonna kick someone like this. Right? Like how I just showed with this, not at that speed. I'd go I do it fast like that, right? So you gotta decide where you need to go slow, right? Now, yeah, so that's basically it. So you go like that. And even when I'm do it again here, even for the crane stance I do it slow. Always they do this slow. Never do you see it go fast like that, right? Because obviously you're in a crane stance here, so to attain balance, it's done, right? So in conclusion, the tip of speed, you gotta decide that, and you gotta see where it would make sense. And you also gotta, because it's a kata, you're not really thinking too much about real life. Also in real life, any block you do it fast. Or any block you pick from kata. But in the kata, would it be more would it look nicer to do, like that? Or would it look nice to do this? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Click here to subscribe and click here to check out my latest video. Os. Arigato.